No. That's a good question. That's a good question. I mean, what is the biggest thing that I actually snuck into a movie theater? Thinking. It was definitely General Chow's chicken. Yeah, actually, my cousins and I, we all had different types. Oh yeah. General Chow's chicken and a cinnabon. Oh my goodness. I bet we were literally stinking up the actual theater itself. I mean, not stinking it up, but it was just the smell of food. Now the broccoli. Okay. Hi. I'm here. I'm focused. Today, we are covering Boolean variables. Let's do a small example on how a Boolean variable will work within our actual script. Okay, we'll have a bare bones program. We'll work with that. Let's get Visual Studio Code up and running on your background. Okay, and let's get started. You know, you're getting closer and closer to the shot every video. Every video. All right, let's talk about this later. Okay, so we got Visual Studio Code up and running. We're going to create 3 files and we're going to name them all Boolean variable with the change of the extensions. So .html file, .css file, and .js file. So what we're going to do, we can actually create that right here. Let's see here. Good. And so I said it's Boolean. Let's go on ahead and Boolean variable dot HTML. And we're going to create 2 more. And again, you can name these anything you would like. Boolean.css. And 1 more. Boolean variable.js. Good. Let's close that. And we are going to need live server, so let's get that up and running. Okay, so we are definitely going to need the bare bones portion of the HTML file. And let's give it a title of Boolean variable. Perfecto. Okay, so it looks like we're good there. And let's have a bare bones markup, super bare bones, an H1 with an ID of output. And we'll just say product status. All right, and before we go any further, let's actually link the CSS file with the actual HTML file. Good. And let's also link our script. Add the source as to where it is. Variable, Boolean. .js. So that's good. And I'm going to open the console as well just to see if there's anything crazy there. And we do have something. What's this? Unexpected token, line 8. Line 8, Boolean variable.html. Line 8. I don't see anything. Uncalled syntax error, Boolean. Let's click on this within the title. Title, Boolean. Let's refresh this. There we go. There's nothing there. Okay. Wow. Okay. Had me for a second there. Okay. So let's go on ahead and we have an H1 or very little styles is actually going to be on this. So we'll keep that there and we'll move the JavaScript file down. And for the style, let's target the actual H1 because that's really all we have. Actually, I will split this to the right so we can see what we're working with. Okay, we have one H1 with an ID of output and some default text of product status. So let's target the actual ID, and the ID is called output. So here's our rule of output, and we are going to, let's give it a border of 1 pixel solid black. Okay, we got that to the left, and let's align the text. We're gonna align that to the center. Okay, looking good. Let's change the font family. All right, that's changed to the left. Let's add some padding just to get further away from the top and bottom borders there. But we're going to add some padding on the inner part of that. So let's go with just 10 pixels all the way around. And let's just change the color to blue, just for giggles. Perfect. All right. And I think we're good with the styles. There's really nothing special with that. And if you notice, most of the styles we continue to use, and more in the CSS portion, you'll notice more and more styles being used. But right now, very little. So let's actually close that. And I think, being that we only have an ID of output, I think it's safe to say we can actually close this too. All right, so we'll keep that closed. And let's work on, let's see, we have product status. So Boolean values is pretty much whether something is true or false. So that's the short version. So if I were to say, since we're dealing with product status, let's say let in stock, okay? And we're gonna give in stock a value of true or false. But, and I'll show you how we're gonna work with that. So we're gonna have a few variables here. Let in stock, so that's fine. We'll do let, we'll see, is the customer happy? Okay, so that's a variable we're gonna use. And branch rating, we're gonna see, let's see, have a variable called branch rating equals 10. So your particular store, your branch, it has a customer value ranked at 10. And for example, let's say once you start getting below 10, then emails get sent out, or questions are sent certain ways, or maybe you get below a 7 or a 5. Then the general manager kicks in and says, hey, we're getting a lot of complaints from the e-commerce website. All right, so these are just examples. And now let's give in stock a default value. So in stock equals true. So that's our Boolean value right there. Now let's actually put it into place. So we remember that we have an ID of output in our actual markup. Let's go back just so we can see that. That's right there. We have an H1 with an ID of output. I'll close that and go back here. And I want to target that. So L output. Wait, did I even create that? Well, let's create it now. Let L output equal document object. And we're going to use a method from the document object called getElementById. And the element name, or the getElementById, the ID name is output. All right, and we can console log that to see if there's anything there. L output. And look at our console. There's nothing there. So let's see. Let's take a look at our markup. I have product status here, so there should be something there. Let's see here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. The script tag here is going to be loaded after this markup loads. So I need to defer that and basically say, you know what, I need you to wait. I need my script to wait until the actual HTML markup has loaded. So that's why we didn't actually get anything in our output here, because this right here is to capture the entire essence of this right here. So now we get the output of the entire H1 and all the content there. So let's clear that out. And now we can test that in stock value. Right now it's set to in stock equals true. That could be, in stock could be an actual value that was given to a particular product. So we're going to say if in stock, then L output. So if in stock means if true. Okay, so if true, process this block of code basically within these curly braces right here and right here. Else, this is kind of like a sneak peek to the if and else, else process this code block here. Okay, so if this is true, do this. If not, do this. So if in stock, what we're going to do here is we'll say the L output and the text content of that output is going to be equal to product has been shipped. So just an example of something that can be actually sent out. Okay, and did I give this a width or anything like that? But you can still see it. So product has been shipped. Why has it been shipped? Because it's in stock. So whatever they ordered, it's in stock, it is shipped. What else can we do here? Being that it's in stock, we can say that the customer is happy. So is customer happy? We do have it set here with no value. So is customer happy is going to be equal to true. And then we can have some completely different processing if the customer is happy, but we'll just leave it at that. We can always take a look at that. Is the customer happy? It's true. You know what? If we initially set it to false, let's see here, and then comment this out, and then type that again. Where is that? Oh, going way back here. Let's see. Is customer happy is currently set to false within the console. You can see that to the left. Okay, and now if I uncomment this Boolean value here, so the actual product is in stock, and we're saying is customer happy, it's set to true. And if we take a look here, you'll see in the console it's also set to true. So the Boolean value is set to true. And hey, if the customer is happy and it's in stock, then you know what? Let's increase our branch rating, which is always good for our bonuses at the end of the quarter. So the branch rating is going to be equal to the current branch rating, and it's going to be incremented by 1. All right. And then, of course, we can take a look and see what the value of the branch rating. If the default was set to 10, everyone set to 10 at the beginning of the new year, and the actual value is now 11. So everything's good when things are in stock. Let's have a little output here. So console.long, we'll use a template string here, and we'll just say the branch rating increased to, and whatever the actual branch rating is. Okay, and I think that is good for that if block here. This entire if block is being ran only if in stock is set to true, which it is actually set to true here. All right, else if it's not true, we're going to process this line here, and we're going to say, let's just copy this, and we're going to say L output.text content is going to be equal to sorry, and we'll show you how to actually test this. Sorry, out of stock, sad face. Okay, and from there, is the customer happy now? Absolutely not. Definitely not. So that is customer happy is going to go back to false, and your branch rating is going to go down. Branch rating is going to be equal to the branch rating minus 1. So whatever the current branch rating is, minus 1. And let's actually copy this line here, place it here, and say branch rating, instead of increase, it decreased to whatever the actual default was, minus 1. So let's refresh this and we can test this. So right now, let's clear the console over here. Okay, refresh the program. Branch rating increased to 11. Okay, the branch rating was 10. All right, now it was 10 and it went up to 11 because in stock had a value of true. If true, run this entire block here. If false, run this block here. So let's set in stock to false. And then we will just refresh, and it says branch rating decreased to 9. We reran the program. The default was 10. The branch is the actual product, the imaginary product, is not in stock, so it's false. So we did not run this block here. We actually went to this block and said, oh, wait a minute, sorry. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't see sorry out of, oh, here it is. Sorry, out of stock. Okay, with the sad face. Is customer happy is set to false. We can do like another message saying the customer is not happy. The branch rating was decreased by 1 because the product was not in stock, and of course because the customer was not happy. And that's obviously, that's just something we just made up, but you see where we're going with that. And here's our little output. So that is a small little example of how to actually work with a Boolean value. As our programs actually increase in complexity, we'll see a number of different Boolean values, which actually may come from expressions or if statements, or who knows what, if something is available or not. So pat yourself on the back today, because we are starting to really move on this. So very proud of you guys for sticking with this. JavaScript is definitely not going anywhere for a long time. Knock on wood. Do I got any wood in here? Wood. There we go. Perfecto. And yeah, leave comments, subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications, because there's a lot of JavaScript material coming out left and right from this channel. Okay. Full stack out. Good job today. Very good.